Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome to somewhere just south of Carson City. Are we not? Yeah, we are. We had to reroute. We were, I believe, supposed to go across on the 50, but we had to reroute due to something. I don't know. It's that new stuff in 1.33, those random, they're not just random road incidents, they're random road closures. And I kind of like them, I have to say. Also, this trailer back here, Cascadian Farms, last episode I remember asking, is that a real thing? Is that a real brand? Turns out it is. It is actually a real brand, which it kind of cuts both ways, I have to say. Because on the one hand, it's like, does SCS have really accurate sounding fake companies? Or are companies getting kind of lazy in their branding and they just sound like something a bunch of game developers would make up? You know what I'm saying. Let me stick my head way out the window. Good to go there. Oh, man. It is a scene. It is evening. I don't typically record in the evening. I typically record earlier in the day. Let's get going here. I typically record earlier in the day. And then I put whatever I've recorded into render on my utility laptop, and I get to work on real stuff, real work. You know, none of this video gaming nonsense. But it didn't work out that way today. It's been a really weird, kind of odd and hectic day. But ultimately, everything is working out. Oh, we're getting to this is Lee Vining right down here. Okay, so in the real world, we would be, if we stayed on this road, we would go right through Mam Flakes. Fantastic. We're not going to, but if it was the real world, that's where we would be. So, what is going on? Well, I just got settled in a new Airbnb, which is always kind of hit or miss. You know, you never know what you're going to get with the old Airbnb. And I really struck gold on this one. It is a genuine mansion. Now, it's empty. There's no furniture in it. It's for sale. So there's like a bedroom with some stuff in it, and that's where I am, but the rest of it is empty, and it's gigantic, and it's really, really creepy and unnerving. And there's like no TV, and there's no way to get any sound or kind of like life, you know, in the place. I feel like I feel like a burglar. I have to say, I feel like a burglar, but it's also got this fantastic Kevin McAllister vibe, because it looks like Kevin McAllister's house. But I can't bounce on the bed. I thought about it, but there's two reasons that I can't. One reason is old K-Mac was significantly smaller than I am. I am most of about 6 feet tall. A little over, in fact. And so that's going to be a problem with the bed bouncing. And then there's also a ceiling fan, and that's going to be a problem. Even though it's not turned on, you know what I'm saying? That is potential for some not good outcome. So no bed bouncing, but I'm definitely feeling very Kevin McAllister, I have to say. So yeah, that is one thing. I did some laundry when I got here, and I went down and I found the laundry room. Eventually, it's really big. It's like it's huge. It's a mansion, and the house that I grew up in when I was a kid, it wasn't tiny, but it certainly wasn't a mansion. It wasn't this big, and like, where I grew up, you didn't have to look for the laundry room. It was like, it was pretty apparent, like, okay, it's not there and it's not there, so the only other logical place it can be is there. And in this place, I was like, oh, could be that. I'm like looking in alcoves and nooks and, you know, prowling all around. So eventually I found it, and I know it's fancy. Oh, I know this place is fancy, because the washing machine is like, I'll take it from here. It's basically got like a start button on it. That's it. Like, I throw all my clothes in. You just throw your clothes in, and it's like, no, I got it from here. That's fine. It's all eco and green and like load sensing. There's literally no way to adjust how much laundry you put in it. Small, medium, large. What do you think? This is like the 90s? No, I got that. So, and then it's weird because it's a top loader. I'm not into laundry or anything. I just, you know, I know a little bit of the terminology, the nomenclature. It's a top loader. You know, it's not one of those like super low water ones. And yet it is, because it doesn't have an agitator, and it's got a glass top, and I must admit I was mesmerized. I stood there watching for quite a while. So you throw your laundry in, you turn it on, and it does all this like load sensing stuff, and then it started moving my laundry around, but it wasn't moving it. I don't know if it was like some kind of sonic, ultrasonic vibration. I don't know if it was like little water jets coming up from underneath. I have no idea. But it was as though a ghost was redistributing my laundry evenly in the little hopper there. What? I don't even know. So then it does add just a little bit of water, just a splash. And I literally could not see how it was moving. Like it was spinning, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I swear there was like some kind of like pulsing coming from underneath. I really do think that there was like jets or vibrations or something, because it wasn't moving, but the laundry was moving. It was very intriguing. I almost said exciting. I don't want to take it that far. It was very intriguing. So that's my laundry story. What else is going on? I got some groceries, so I'm going to have a nice dinner here tonight, which is also really weird because I'm going to be like basically by myself in this giant house having a nice dinner. That'll be a little bit weird. Got myself a bottle of wine. That's nice. And yeah, just going to be chilling for New Year's weekend by myself in an empty great big house. Oh, it's life on the road. It's that portable gaming. So yeah, so that's cool. There is a big old desk up here in this bedroom that I am in. It's, I don't know, man. Desks are pretty particular, I'm realizing. As I'm traveling around and I'm sitting at a lot of different desks, I'm realizing a desk is definitely something you want to pick for yourself. It really, really is. Like, it's not like one desk is the same as every other desk. Like, whatever kind of desk you like, that's your desk. And you am I making sense right now? All desks are not created equal, or maybe all people aren't. No. Forget I said that. That's being an American. That's kind of a big deal. We're supposed to like remember that. So yes, all people are created equal, but all desks are not. So, yeah. So you got to get the desk that fits you. I'm really tired, by the way, too. It's if you haven't guessed, yeah. So anyway, so there is a big old desk. I got everything set up. I got everything plugged in. You know, it is really, as many times as I've done it, it is still kind of, maybe not impressive, but it still sort of fascinates me every time I do it. Oh, we're going to be okay. That's how James Dean got killed. So, or maybe not. Maybe it was slightly different. Or it could have been. I don't remember. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, setting up the rig. So I've got like my basic travel stuff, like my business travel stuff. Is that what I want to say? Like if I was just traveling on business, I've got a 22-inch FAA and I've got a messenger bag that I keep my laptop in, and that's basically it. That's like my basic rig. And then I've got this great big wheeled duffel, and in the wheeled duffel is where some extra stuff and my gaming rig lives. And my gaming rig is basically just like my utility laptop and my microphone and my headset, my controller, and various other things that I don't want to put in my laptop bag because I don't want them to get smashed. And they're also kind of heavy and bulky. That Blue Yeti microphone, I swear, man, you can't tell from the pictures, but when you take that thing out of the box, it's like as big as a loaf of bread. It's much bigger than it looks. So yeah, I don't keep that stuff in my 22-inch, although I can, and I've like tested that a couple of times. I can actually fit everything that I need to game and record into my carry-on bag. Although I have to take some clothes out to do it. It's not exactly, you know what I mean? So, and also I don't have my second laptop, and I've found that that's really like the best way to record audio is to capture in Cakewalk on that second laptop. That works the best for me. Because of the mixing, I mean, I can do post and I can like clean up the audio and then I can mix it after. Trying to balance everything in Shadowplay and like get all the levels right and everything. Like basically if you get your levels wrong, Shadowplay just creates a file. And if your levels are wrong, you're screwed. Whereas with the system that I have now, or the setup that I have now, if something's a little bit out of whack, I can like mess with it in post and fix it. But I can record with the Blue Yeti directly to Shadowplay. I can, in a pinch, I can even record direct from my headset mic, but having, like, been to the dark side, I'll never do that again, because it doesn't sound good. I don't think it sounds good at all. It's good enough to get started with, but we've hit the big time. So we can't go back. So basically what I'm saying is I keep the rest of that stuff in the duffel bag, and that works pretty good. But it is still, like, as many times as I've done it, it is still amazing to me to unzip that thing and just start pulling pieces out, power strips and USB hubs and all the various things that I need to, like, make it all fit. And then it just deedly-deet done. And there you go, man. You got yourself a little portable gaming and YouTubing studio all set up on the rickety half-assed desk in an empty mansion. There you go. You're living the dream, son. What more could you ask for? So yeah, that's the long and short of it right there. And I'm gonna get this knocked out right quick. I debated not recording. I have to say, nothing personal, nothing against you, but it's been a day, man. It has really been a day, and I thought, you know what, man, I just want to pour myself a glass of wine and start dinner. I found some grass-fed Wyoming Teton beef bratwurst, beef brat, not pork brat, and they're grass-fed, and they're from Wyoming, and none of those things really mean anything. Like, I don't know that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just some stuff you put on a label. But I fell for it, man. I was a victim of marketing. I read Wyoming grass-fed beef, and I was like, I want that. I have no idea why that's better or if it is better, but whatever. Sounds good. I want that. So I got some beef brats. I've got some baby reds in like a sour cream and bacon and onion kind of thing. I don't know, like a little creamy sauce, and a glass of wine, and I'm all set. So I was debating not recording and just jumping right into dinner, but I thought, no, I want to stick to a schedule, and I want to be like, I'm trying to do this for real, you know, and I don't get to skip an episode just because I don't feel like it. So I am going to knock this out, and then I'm going to start my weekend, and I hope, with it being the holiday and everything, I hope it is a fantastic weekend. And this is another holiday that I don't really celebrate, although New Year's, I think, is the kind of cuts both ways. Because on the one hand, it is like the least family of the big three holidays. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are holidays you spend with family. New Year's Eve is more of like a party kind of holiday. You know, it's like you can go out with strangers and have a great time on New Year's Eve. But at the same time, it cuts the other way, because it's like, all right, well, if you don't have family, then you're going to be by yourself on Thanksgiving and Christmas. But if you're by yourself on New Year's, like, you don't have anybody. You're just like, you're flying solo, Jack. And I am definitely flying solo this year. So that sort of cuts both ways. But it's another one of the big three that I don't celebrate. And I told you, I'm in a loop now where it's gone badly enough times that I just, like, I shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? I want nothing to do with it. But at the same time, I know that because there's that pressure there, like, built in, if there's ever a year where I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna wing it, and you know, no pressure, and right. It's like, I swear, I've tried that before, and then the same thing happens again, and I'm like, all right, this is why I don't celebrate holidays. And then a few years go by, and there's a part of me that's like, is it safe? Is it safe now? We could give it a try. And it doesn't work again. So it's just something I need to, like, accept. It's just however it's worked out, or maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know, but holidays, man, they ain't for me. So I'm gonna lay low and chill. I did get myself a bottle of champagne for New Year's Eve, proper champagne. None of that prosecco, no cava. I got the real stuff. So it's gonna be nice, you know, and I'll chill. Now it's gonna be a little bit weird without a TV, because you know, it's weird that in 2019, by then, right, New Year's Eve, that streaming is really not like, I do not understand why streaming is still sort of cumbersome. It really is. Like, the networks, I feel like, have a lock on New Year's Eve, right? Like Netflix and Amazon, I don't know, are they doing anything for New Year's Eve? Maybe Comedy Central. But I still feel like the networks is where it's at for New Year's Eve. Even if it's like corny and old school, dropping the ball and that whole thing, I really feel like that's kind of, like, that's, for me, that's going to be New Year's till I die. Just because that's what it was when I was a kid. And then another thing is that I feel like nobody's really stepped up. And streaming, I guess that was my whole point of that rant, is I feel like in 2018, 2019, I feel like streaming should be easier. I feel like streaming should be as easy as TV was when I was a kid. You turn it on, and you just click up and down with a button until you see something that you like. Easy enough. And then on a day like New Year's Eve, then it's sort of like, you know approximately where you're going to click to with that button. It's going to be one of 2 or 3 choices. But I feel like with streaming, I do not understand why networks, to this day, the whole thing with the cable, and it's such a pain in the ass. I don't know why you can't just essentially turn on, like, NBC. You just turn on NBC on your laptop or your tablet or whatever, and you just watch NBC. It's got to be this thing with, like, sign in with your cable provider, and you got to do this, and you got to do this, and it's through the app, and it's, man, it really seems like it should be easier. And even on a smart TV, it just seems like it takes so many steps, you know. And it would seem to me that process could be streamlined a little bit better. Streamlined. Maybe not. A for effort, but no, that didn't work. But you see what I'm getting at, right? Like, it should be possible to program your smart TV or your laptop or whatever else, that it's not just that Netflix is a channel, but whatever it is that you watch on Netflix is a channel. Like, basically, you turn on your smart TV, and if you watch Law and Order, you've got a Law and Order channel via Netflix. And it just goes, right? It just goes straight to it. And it's not that Law and Order or whatever is the last thing you watched on Netflix and it goes back there. It's like you've got a Law and Order, you've got NFL package, whatever. Basically, you can just turn on your smart TV and flip through channels the same way you used to flip through channels when you had a TV. I don't know why it isn't that way. I think it really ought to be. And I get it, you know, from a marketing and branding perspective, that it's possible the reason that it is not that way is because Netflix doesn't want to be a part of you having quick and easy access to anything but Netflix. Like, they want to get you in there. Like a casino. They want to get you in there and get you trapped. And there's no clocks, and you can't find your way out, and there's no doors, and yeah. I spent enough time in Vegas. I know how they do it. So I get that that's part of it. Like, I understand. But I still, you know, and even the no broadcast via streaming, like, I get that that's the cable companies and all their lobbyists and busted laws and crooked FCC politicians and the whole scene. I get it. I know that. But it's still, it seems sometimes like we're going backwards, you know, with how easy things are to use. And I know part of it is we have so many more choices now than we used to have. It's just more stuff to scroll through because there was so many more choices. Like, we didn't have 500 channels when I was a kid. There was like maybe 50 or 60. And you knew where the good, like, you knew where the good zones were, like single digit, double digit, you know, the 20s maybe, that's the hot spot. I don't know, wherever it was on your channel guide, but you know what I'm talking about. You didn't need to scroll through the whole thing, you know, and you know those, like, the triple ones were just music, so you don't even waste your time up there. But now there's like 500 or 1,000 or streaming, which is like infinity of choices. So who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know nothing. I used to know everything. I really did. Now, I don't know nothing. Right. We're here. That was quick. Where are we at? 20 minutes. That's perfect. Perfect. Because I'm just about to go out of my mind from hunger. And I eat. It is unbelievable how much food I eat. And what's weird is I'm a pretty lean guy. I'm a pretty lean guy. I'm, like I said, I'm 6 foot. I'm about 175, 180, 185, somewhere around there. Depends on how much I've been working out. But I'm a pretty lean guy. And it is unnerving how much food I eat. It is, I just pretty much eat and eat and eat all day. And it's like a magic trick. Where does it go? So when I don't eat for, I'd say I probably need to eat about every 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. Not a whole meal or anything, but just like something. And it's been a few hours since I've eaten, so I get a little bit of that LBS. And this car directly in front of me is like right under my bug visor. Did not want to hit them. Okay, here we go. Gonna make 2 turns and we're home. Next episode, let's drive a new truck. I haven't decided what I want to drive. I've thought about a couple things. I've thought about a day cab, no sleeper Viper 389, because we got the money for it. We got what, almost 600 grand? Probably 600,000 after we deliver. Also thought about getting in our 579. It's been quite a few episodes since we drove that thing. And it looks like a typical, like, state-of-the-art streamliner. Very similar to the Volvo that we've been driving. Oh, this one. Where is it? Oh, should we even mess with it? Oh, now I feel like I kind of have to. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll take one swing at it. If I don't get it in one swing, we're done. Is it a deal? Yes, we will mount the curb. There's no cars in here today. There's typically a bunch of cars in here jamming me up. That is not the case today, so fantastic. Right. So we'll come right over here and once again mount the curb. I'm tired, I told you. Tired, I'm hungry. Just trying to not to hit this little, looks like a little Festiva or something. Try not to smash the Festiva. Try to clear this pole. I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it. No, absolutely not. All right, and I think we're in a world of hurt. We're gonna take one more crack at it. We're gonna take one more crack at it the other way. Yeah, it's. Let's not talk about it. Right. It's like this thing just does not want to pivot to get around that pole. There we go. But now we're like half jackknifed. Oh, jeez. It's a comedy of errors. Well, I'm not doing it off camera, so forget about that. I'm going to do it live. Alright, there's phase 1 complete. Now we gotta try not to bang the rest of the truck into the pole. Now, if my plan works, and it won't, but if it did, at some point, we would go into like almost an intentional jackknife. There it is. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Oh, nope. No way. Sorry. I'm just in no mood. Plus, it would have taken me 1,000 swings to get it in there. Right. Well, we did get here on time. And we did make 23 grand. We're over 600K now. And we did level up. So let's pick our point. And we only have a couple left. So I'm not worried about long distance. We'll just keep working our way straight down. Fragile cargo. Boom. There you go. Done. Where we at on time? 25 minutes. That's perfect. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. And we will see you next time. Take care now.